People, deluded. Arsenal 4, Newcastle 0. You lot say I never grin teeth. I'm pretty sure I'm smiling right now. I'm laughing all the way up the table now. I mean, people, we're undefeated still in 2020. We kept a clean sheet, let alone we kept another clean sheet for the second Premier League game in a row, people, in succession. Pepe obviously scored and got a couple of assists. Saka moving crazy, ruining guys' careers, not making dons and carrying on mad, ruining players, absolutely ruining players. You've obviously... My man of the match, it's a mad one because everybody was hard today in my opinion, especially in the second half. We'll get into the bits and bobs. But Pepe, can't not speak about Ceballos in that more withdrawn role as well, giving Arteta a headache now because he's spoken about, you know, he wants his chance under Arteta. Arteta at times kind of giving the impression that he wants to see more either in training or in general, and now he's giving him a headache. He's returned his faith, and obviously Xhaka is the one variable, but now for Arteta, Guendouzi wasn't in the matchday squad. Does he play Guendouzi? Does he go with Xhaka and Torreira? Does he play... Obviously, it's just one game, but Ceballos has given some problems. I feel Ceballos probably man of the match. Could have his own dedicated video. I feel even when we weren't really... Because it took us about 25 minutes really and truly to wake up, people. I feel Ceballos was the only one trying to spray the ball and that. But what can I say? On a serious tone now, away from the jokes and the unseriousness now, people. Obviously, vital 3 points for Arsenal. You lot have seen my vid. I personally think that whole Man City ban thing is going to be one of them things where it gets overturned and suspended so they can still technically play in champs. You see they got bare lawyers in their thing. But right now it looks like fifth is up for place. Arteta himself has said he's not giving up on top four. So if we take that at face value, we've just come back from Dubai. We want to see some galvanization to achieve the impossible in that you're going to fight tooth and nail for your manager to get top four. That's his objective. What he's saying privately is a different thing. He might be saying we're lying, we're going for you this Europa League thing. I don't know, but face value, as a fan, that's what I'm seeing. So obviously, you want to see them move towards it. I've just mentioned with fifth up for grabs allegedly, there's that in the ring. And then now there's Europa League. We can, I wouldn't say we can have a good season, but we can definitely have a worse season and have a better season in the current conditions. That don't make no sense. But what I mean by that is clearly if we win more games, we put ourselves in a more respectable position in the league. And obviously Europa League's another thing. You just need to win games now. Obviously, big calls. Because we won 4-0, it's all shut up now. But Torreira not there. Mustafi's been in good form, excluding the mistakes. The longer Mustafi stays in the team, there'll always be question marks. So Mustafi in the team, Torreira, Eddie and Nketiah are getting his chance to lead the line through the middle. Lacazette's clearly not been doing the business, so he's been dropped. Martinelli, obviously he's a young man. Arteta, I fully believe in him. He knows football in his squad more than me. But I would have loved to have seen Martinelli out there today. It wasn't to be. And I can't remember any other changes, people, if there was any. But big calls. You can see how this goes left. If we don't win, what happens? We know Newcastle, they've got some good results off top 6 sides. Forgive me if I'm wrong, they've beaten Chelsea. They've beaten United. They've drawn against Manchester City. We won at their place, but it weren't easy. Again, Newcastle lost to Liverpool, I'm sure. But I'm sure in both games, definitely the one at Anfield. And Liverpool fans will say themselves, Newcastle gave them a game. Obviously, it doesn't matter because they lost. So we knew we was coming against a tough side. We knew they were going to play 4-5-1. So we knew someone was going to have to try and break the lines. We was very... In the game, we was playing backwards a lot, but we knew, it can't be one of them games where we're passing the buck to each other and we're waiting for something to happen. Players have got to make the movements themselves, making runs from midfield, making runs up front, making runs just to draw the opposition all about. And obviously bravery on the passes and things like that. And a bit of that is probably why Torreira didn't start and he afforded, because of the game where it's going to go. Xhaka's got a decent pass on him. Ceballos, you have him as someone that can break the lines. Mesut Ozil's there. Saka's irrelevant, but he's going to try and bomb down the left-hand side. And obviously all the other attacking players are there. And how they're setting up in a 4-5-1, in theory, they should just sit back. And like I said, we need to break them down. I do think Newcastle had some scares in the game. From where I was sitting, I don't even know if the Newcastle got it. Obviously deflected off. I think Luiz made the block, but it looked like a good goal scoring opportunity, and they failed to do the business. I can't remember what half it was, people. And they obviously, at the end, before I forget, Saint-Maximin hit the post. And if his end product improves, he could be a difficult player. I feel it took us about 30 minutes to wake up people. I know in the first half, statistically, the shots and them thing there will favour us. But I feel if you'd probably be more happy as a Newcastle fan, I feel their game plan is working. They're sitting back, they're compact, they've got men behind the ball. I feel the left-hand side, you know Saka is going to do his thing and Aubameyang's out there, so stuff is going to happen. But it weren't really messed like that. We needed to play a bit better and put a bit more pretty patterns of play together in the attacking half, in my opinion. There weren't really none of that. I felt we was quite sloppy on the ball as well. And if I'm harsh, I feel we were a bit there weren't too much movement in our attacking front four. There weren't not enough movement. I feel we were kind of non-existent to a degree on the right hand side in that Pepe's showing for the ball, but from Pepe's coming narrow, and I don't want to keep saying Bellerin's holding a knock, but he weren't trying to make that run in behind, and you know what you need to do at fullback, and it looked like it's quite dead there. And looking at that, Newcastle, their game plan's working. I felt Saka early on, I thought it was going to be a difficult game being at the Emirates because I was seeing Saka roasted that Lazario guy, but I felt he wasn't always aware of the run he was making. I felt Saint-Maximin had a lot of width as well. I think they were trying to do their thing, but I think we're more making it harder for ourselves because I don't know if it's the break, I don't know what it was, but I don't think we're playing poor. I feel defensively we was all right, but in the attacking sense, you know, the people are over-hitting passes, under-hitting passes, playing it to man where there's not really anything going on. Obviously, there were some couple half chances for us. I think we had 9 shots in total in the first half, but nothing to come avail. I did feel we woke up in the latter stages in the first half, and was, you know, trying to make things happen. And Ozil was getting on the ball, like I said, from the start, Ceballos. I actually feel defensively, like I said, the one bright spark is we looked okay defensively. Pepe was doing his thing defensively for us, and I don't feel Nketiah was amazing today, but a couple of times he was working for the team and winning balls back and doing doggy work for the team. But other than that, there's not really anything to speak about. Second half, to a degree, we knew in this game, people, when you're playing a team like Newcastle, and they're playing 4-5-1, and they're trying to be compact and rigid and be tough, difficult to break down and be narrow in numbers. You know, to a degree, like I said, players need to be brave and pass them passes and stuff, but by the same logic, you kind of got to wait for them to tire and things so they start slipping into old habits. So I'm bearing that in mind, but at half-time I'm thinking, we're not playing bad, but we're not in the... It's purely my problems are the attacking sense, because we're not really doing anything. The Bradker's not really had nothing to do, really and truly. Leonard had to make one decent save in the first half, but I don't feel Newcastle necessarily threatening us beyond the bright spark of Saint-Maximin and a couple other things here. But we need to wake up. We need to start playing with some guile, with some attacking flair, with some tricks and flicks and all of these sort of things. And I don't know if the players woke up between themselves. I don't know if Arteta clipped people in the ears and said, listen, this is what we need to do. But everything that was lacking, and we kind of saw towards the end of the first half, it was there in the second, people. You saw it. It's some lovely bit of play. You know, Ozil's waking up and he's up for it. Aubameyang's doing his thing. Eddie's not necessarily in the game enough for me, but he's working. Pepe, the brightest spark. Saka roasting, guys. We're turning up in this game now, people, and we're making things. We're having half chances and stuff. Part of me is thinking it's not going to be our day, Carl. We're not really... We're getting in behind, but until we score, we don't score. But it is feeling like it's a matter of time. Forgive me if I'm wrong, the first goal comes via Aubameyang. The first 2 goals come from wide areas, and we did need to stretch. Good ball from Pepe. I think Ceballos was involved in the build-up, and when I watch the game again, you lot know I'll make vids and speak about all the other things I saw. But being at the game, it was a lovely ball from Pepe. Aubameyang headed home, and yeah, man, this is why he needs to sign his new contract. Shortly after that, Pepe obviously scores. Saka, some lovely work. Pepe does the rest. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And then obviously from there we're kind of, you know, I wouldn't say 2-0's a dangerous lead, because I think by then Maximin hit the post, and 2-0's a dangerous lead in football. 2-0's a dangerous lead for Arsenal. Newcastle have shown in games they're up for the drama. You look at Hayden at Stamford Bridge, you look at Lejeune the other day where they were losing and he scored 2 goals for them. They love the drama. So you're thinking 2-0's a dangerous lead. I did feel he was going to win the game, but you've got that in the back of your mind and you're kind of wanting to see a professional performance. I did think Arteta kind of tactically tweaked things. It did feel in the second half Aubameyang was slightly closer to goal than just stationed out necessarily on the flanks. people. I feel Xhaka had a decent game as well, if I haven't said that. But we're smelling blood, and obviously we get our, forgive me if I'm wrong, we scored our goals late at the end. Ozil gets a bit of fortune for him, and he deserves his goal, because it's, you know me, I'm a big Mesut Ozil fan. I mean, Ozil scored, Lacazette scored, Pepe scored and got some assists. Ceballos played and didn't get score or gets assists, but showed what he could do. Aubameyang the same. Unai Emery must be shaking somewhere that all these attacking players were on the field and they did dirt. Obviously, Lacazette and Ozil scored late on, and for me, being at the Emirates, one thing you can't question is these players' togetherness. They might not show it on the football field, but they do genuinely like each other, and it did seem like they wanted, when Lacazette came on, they wanted him to get that goal, and he mishit it and stuff. I swear technically Lacazette gets an assist, but you can see what it meant to Lacazette and the rest of the team, and that moments there is lovely. In terms of Eddie Nketiah, obviously he's a young man, and with the question marks over our strikers, with, you know, him not being the first choice striker, any sort of minutes he gets or opportunity like today where I didn't see him starting, and I'm sure you lot didn't the same, where he's got a chance, maybe he's thinking too much about it, which I don't think is the case today. But obviously fans are going to say, if you never scored, you're not levels and stuff. His general play clearly needs to improve, because, you know, you look at his youth record, him and goals is synonymous. And he is a better player technically than man give him credit for. But like I told you, look, goal scoring is only one of the things. You need to, you know, do things without the ball. I feel he worked hard today. I feel he won the, you know, he showed that he's on occupying the centre halves. I feel he came and won the ball back in a couple scrappy areas for us. Should have scored that goal. You know, he scores that in his sleep. I've seen him and Tyrese John Jules on loan at Lincoln miss them sort of chances in senior football, and they scored that in their sleep. And do you know, that's all it's sad, but that's all some people will remember. You had your goal scoring chance, you didn't score. Obviously, he worked hard and he played well, and I think he's done enough to warrant other chances under Arteta. But harsh critics will say, okay, working hard. What is working hard? You should be working hard as a young player with an opportunity. You should be working hard if your team's not where it is. I think he's a good player. He's, you know, I think he's shown it. If I had to give him a rating out of 10, I'd probably say a 5, maybe a 6. I feel he worked hard and stuff. He should have scored that goal, but by no means poor. But you did want to see a bit more from him. Ozil was quality today when he turned it on. Aubameyang, he scores goals. That's the less said about him, the better. Saka needs to be given his new contract tomorrow. Listen, hopefully it's just a formality and he understands what he's got going for him at Arsenal. And I think he'd want to stay. And I think it's just formalities and whatnot, and dotting I's and crossing T's and all these things. But that's just me as a fan. We need to get that thing sorted, because he's a lovely young player. And we've taken some L's with player transfers over the years in my lifetime. Him leaving on a free transfer, if it did happen, you know, it's not the end of the world, but it is the end of the world, because he's got so much potential, man. He's so much potential, and he's showing it in an attacking sense. He's showing he's under defending, but he's showing it in an attacking sense, man. I can't get over that nutmeg, people. Quality from him, man. Quality from everybody. I'll big up Mustafi and Louise as well, because I won't say, because of how you could expect Newcastle was going to come here and stuff, I won't say they were tested like that, but I don't believe in Mustafi's capabilities, but you have to give a man credit where it's due. He's been in relative decent form since Arteta's come in. He's earned to keep his shirt. That's all you can do, because again, if it goes south, why Socrates on the bench? Because some would say even him is harsh. He lost his place since his injury. Why isn't him? And Torreira the same with obviously Ceballos. And the most you can do is repay the manager's faith. And I feel the lads out there, whether they're regular starters or play in general, they did what they needed to do for Arteta. And again, you know, first for half an hour, the boys need to go back and review that. But man management and what he's actually saying to the boys, he's getting reactions. True say Emery was as well, but I'm seeing him change things tactically. I'm seeing him on the touchline, not going crazy, but little things you can see at the game, really little doing. I don't know what he's saying, but little come in, you know, little pass this message and stuff like that. Clearly having an effect. Half-time team talk clearly got into them. Yo, what are you lot doing, sort of thing. So I have faith in Arteta. Obviously, on a serious note, you know, it is for me this season. It is what it is. It's the most I'm looking for is just, you know, trying to win games and finish the season as respectively we can do in the Europa League and in the league, having some credibility. Obviously, having Arteta having the moments to do what he needs to do with the team and implement it in his way. And again, we'll keep saying, if this top 5 thing is true, if you lot put some forms together, you never know what can happen. But we don't know what we're going to get with Everton. The same things I saw defensively from all the boys today, and shout out to Louise even for his leadership skills I saw today, I want to see against Everton. Because in the first half an hour, no disrespect to Newcastle, and Everton are not exactly perfect, but there was moments you could see Everton would punish us in the first half an hour. So we need to start games better. How we managed the game when we went, when we blitzed the team in the second half was good, but we need to learn our lessons. But is what it is. We get back to winning ways. As an Arsenal fan, we finally experienced 3 points again. What can I say? We move forward to Everton in the week, and then after that, I believe we've got the Europa League, and the games are coming thick and fast and quickly, people. Obviously, we've got Portsmouth in the FA Cup. Don't know when, but we still have to play Liverpool, Spurs, I'm sure, City, I'm sure. I could be wrong on Man City, to be fair. I'm doubting myself. In fact, no, I wouldn't, because it would have been highlighted. In fact, I could be wrong, but we've still got to go to Brighton, Southampton away, Wolves away. I'm sure we've got to welcome Leicester at our place. I could be wrong, but either way, we've got to play some tough teams. No, it's no given that we're going to get 3 points. We're playing a resurgent Everton side next week, but for now, it is what it is. We win, we get 3 points. We can all go to work, school, college, whatever we're doing, trapping. If that's your thing, happy that Arsenal won and things. And we can, watch United versus Chelsea as neutrals. And, hopefully something goes wrong in that game. Draw would be the best result. If I had to pick a winner, none, because they're both rivals. But, yeah, it is what it is. As always, people, please comment your opinions. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it up. My description's got all my socials. It's always a pleasure. And I will say as well, people, DG Nation, as we're growing today, we always want to go to the Emirates, but today in particular, the love I'm getting from you lot asking, bringing your kids to take pictures with, man, getting pictures with you and your youths, getting, I'm sitting down with brothers in the seat, they're saying they know my thing, supporting my thing. I'm trying to wait to do my AFTV interview. People are supporting me, and I know we all love Arsenal, and it really means a lot that above all you lot resonate that I'm just a man who has an unhealthy obsession for football and has not got no gimmicks or nothing to gain, but just a love for Arsenal and a love for football in general. So yeah, all the non-supporters as well, I know a lot of you rock with, man, so thank you for that too. But in particular, yeah, man, it means a lot. But I'm rambling and waffling. I want to respect you lot's time, man. Sorry for the late upload, but I had to get home. People, DG, I'm out. God bless. Yeah.